Hello, welcome to a digital tour of your new learning system. My name is Ms. Moya. I am a math teacher at Truesdell, and this is my sandbox team. You'll see that right now we are on the home page, which is a new feature for teams this year. So we have a banner with a nice picture and a welcome message that will be a little bit different when school starts. We have resources. I have added some websites that we will use. Of course, I'll keep adding as the year goes on because things will come up that are not on the portal for our district, but I want easy access, low cognitive load for the students, and ease of access, or economy of clicks, as I like to call it. Here there's a spot for assignments right here on the home page, so they can see what assignments are due soon. I've put up 2 so far, just to give an example of what we have here available on the home page, which, like I said, is new to Teams this year, so it's going to make things really easily. Last year, our home page looked like this. Just announcements, and there are places for files. I have up here, these are the posts, of course, and the files, I changed them a little bit. And we have class materials. And then so as we add manipulatives and anchor charts to the class, I will put them here. This is actually the progress tracker for the game board progress tracker for each student for factors unit. I actually have made a copy for everybody and laminated them too, so they can have them in their folders. But my idea is to take a picture of the students so they can move themselves along. I'll print out the picture and then I'll give them a digital picture so they can move themselves along as they go. Okay, let's go back to posts. Another really cool aspect that they've added here is class. You can add your own websites. This is the plus sign just shows that you can add all sorts of apps. And I will add some more, but again, class click and queue because I want ease of access for everybody. Now let me show you the announcement I make every day. This is something that I did last year too. It's today's screen. So when the students walk in, and this is one I designed for this coming year for Modern Classroom. So champs will be different, but I wanted it to be up there. And we might have to have several champs because we'll be having mastery tests, individual work, group work, small groups all at the same time. So I haven't quite figured out if I'm going to have like a 1-pager of champs and have all the different options there or what. But there's a timer, all sorts of widgets come on this. You can change the background too. And the beach is my happy place, so we're getting a beach. Here's my progress tracker. These are, this is a poll. So every day I'm going to have a poll. Whoops. And as you can see, this shows them how to vote. I'm going to be holding my iPad as they walk in because I have to do hall duty, and they can check what their answer is on the poll. So as everybody checks in real time, I chose a pie graph that'll fill up. Always have the date, and I think I've taken care of everything on here. So the important thing is they're going to come in and they're going to look at this. They're going to get everything set up and do their do now and do later, which is an opening goal setting and reflection sheet that we'll do every day. Probably hard copy. All right, so now let's look at Class Notebook, which is where the students are going to access their checklist and their assignments. Okay. When they hit Class Notebook, it's going to show the last thing that they did. Just so happens that the last thing I was working on was my student-facing checklist. So this is what the students will see. Target that we're working on. This one is a foundational target. Now they're going to go through this table of contents here and follow the lessons. So the lessons are written in a chronological order that matches the game board we saw a few minutes ago. Due dates aren't on here, and can do, or must do, should do, and the aspire to are not on here explicitly, but they are color coded. So green is must do, blue is should do, and the peach is for the aspire to lessons. Now, these stars also indicate must do. These indicate choices. I picked yellow because I sent to the copier the mastery checks last night, and I picked yellow. So each one will have the materials that the student needs and a check. Now, the very cool thing, and this is not I got this from the tutorial that MCP gave us for teams. It was excellent. She had so many good ideas. So I've hyperlinked to the actual lesson. Every lesson will start out with learning targets and learning objective, what materials they will need. The guided notes are on paper, but I have this here just in case they're like at home doing it, or if they just need to look and see what they need. Then it will always have what they do when they're done, and usually it's place the notes in a basket, log into a queue so that I know that they're finished and I can give them feedback, and take a 5-minute break. The next thing will have the steps. They usually start with gather your materials, of course. Watch the video. There will be a link to the Ed puzzle. I'm going to just click this link here. It's going to save me so much time eventually. Make my class really organized. I love that. And then you'll complete the notes on paper with a copy with paper and pencil. And then again, it tells them the criteria for completion and when they're done, what to do. So they're going to place it in a basket on the side table. And then this is also cool. You link back to the table of contents or checklist. And if they're ready, they check this off, and then they go to the next lesson. Vocabulary lesson chapter 2 or set 2, and there it is. I'll show you my organizational pattern. So this was student facing. I also have, this is in the teacher only space. So what I will do is I'll be able to distribute this through Class Notebook. I will be able to distribute this whole section when it's time. And then each student will have their own notebook where they will get all of the lessons. Boom, right there. And they'll have time to work on them. Let me show you. I'm starting a Unit 0, but I haven't gotten very far. So these are all, not all, these are some of the things that we're going to learn about, or what I will need for the Unit 0. But let's do factors because that's the one I've done more work on. Here's the public tracker link so that it's always here where I know it is. Now the classroom screen, the changes that I make here, it will, every 5 minutes it reloads, so it'll take the changes in semi-real time. A copy of the game board for the kids.